what does it comes to your mind when you think about Honda in two-wheeler segment? For me, whenever I think, it's reliability, its performance, its innovation, and if you see comfort and durability. Now, do let me know what are your thoughts in the comment when you think about Honda. First and foremost thing, when you're selecting a bike, it should not be a pleasure to others. It should be always a pleasure to yourself. The first thing that I see in a bike is its seating posture, it's comfortable in the seat, its handlebar holding the bike, like the riding postures. I've been riding this Honda NX500 for the last 30-35 minutes. The first thing that I wanted to observe is the comfort. The seats are very comfort, though it's a single piece seat, it's not a split seat. The handlebar is quite a wide, and it's giving me that ride comfort also, even while turnings, while doing the cornerings. I'm feeling it great. Why I'm not riding this bike in the city? The only reason is that this is not a city purpose bike. This is a adventure touring and a partial off-roading that can be done with this bike. And overall, I'll say the speed, the power release of this bike is linear, which is a very common thing in the Honda bikes, and that has to be like that only, because so the rider is also ready with the power release. Now you can see how easily I'm able to handle this 196 kilos bike. It doesn't feel like I'm not feeling that weight, though this weight is almost similar to the Himalayan 450. The turning radius of this bike is also very good. I'll just show you after some time when I take an U-turn how easy it is to do. And overall, till now, my experience with this bike is pretty good. I'm not over speeding because few reasons. I don't want to test the speed of this bike. The only reason is that, this is highways and these are not racetracks to check their top speed. But yeah, the speed that I have gone is still 100, 110. I was very happy. But post 100 kilometers per hour, what I felt is that as this sitting posture is 833 mm seat height, and this windscreen is not adjustable, and I'm getting a direct hit on my helmet, and which is creating a flip it also. I don't know, I never felt this one in my Himalayan 450, but there is a wind deflection that I'm getting from the bike. Now that can be resolved by going for an higher windshield. I'm really thankful to the owner. After he saw my reviews, he said that, boy, you should go and check Honda NX500. I'm handing over the bike to you. Go have a ride, do a review. And I'm like, thank you very much to the owner who has given me this bike. And the one more thing is that this cockpit, man, I am really in love with this cockpit. This is a 5-inch TFT display, and I'll say one thing, Honda always creates some confusion items in their bike. If you have ever seen the Honda Africa 2-inch switch consoles, they are like TV remotes, and over here also there is one confusion. The horn button is on the above and the indicator switches are below. Mostly what happens, the indicator switches comes over here and the horn switch comes over here. So that muscle memory, to recap, it's becoming tough for me. But yeah, slowly I got used to it. That's the reason. Slowly I got used to it. That's the only reason every bike I review, I ride 30 to 35 minutes to understand the bike's characteristics, to understand all these consoles, so that I'm also accommodated when I'm traveling on the highway. So till now, my feeling over this bike is very good. They could have given a lot for the price that they have quoted this bike. But unfortunately they didn't, because for a bike that costs 7 lakhs, I would have said that they should have been put down some riding modes. They should have given a cruise control. They should have given a quick shifter. though it's an assist slipper clutch, but I think the amount that the owners of Honda NX500 are paying, they should have got more. This bike, I'll say, if I have to say, this is a reliable engine, a performance engine. I won't say something innovation is there, but comfort. This bike has a very good comfort. I'm feeling good. A 6 feet height guy with a right sitting posture, because it obviously matters. I don't know how many of you select your bikes based on this, because I don't see performance, I don't see all those things. The first thing I see in a bike is that when I'm sitting on this bike, is my riding posture okay? Is my the ergonomics of holding these handlebars, is it okay? If these are not okay, then I'm not getting the pleasure from this machine, so why should I select it also? So these are the things that I see every time while I ride or while I review. So for a 6 feet guy, I feel these are good, but I think this bike will have an issue, like the people with 5'8", 5'9", 5'7", with those height, they will have a problem in having a flat toe. They will not have a tip toe, but they have to adjust something, because the seats are not adjustable seats again. Now let's go to a location stand and see what the specs are, though there are many reviews already about Honda NX500, but that's my point of view. Like, this bike could have got many things with the price that the owners are paying in India. Overall, if I want to say the bike's performance in low rev, you can see the bike is in third gear without any engine knock. The speed is at 30 kilometers. I don't feel anything. See how linearly it's gaining the power without any problem. So in the low RPM also, the bike is, so I will say this is a Chummeshwari bike, except the price, that is the concerning figure. But rest of all, my point of view on this bike, like, if you have that budget, I'll say go for this bike. It's like an incredible machine. But yeah, few things to be kept in mind. Let's stand somewhere and let's discuss those points. What are the things that we need to keep in our mind? Because see, we need to understand touring, adventure touring, and off-roading. So if we understand these three things, then selecting a bike for your passion, for your choice of work, becomes easy. So if I say this is an adventure touring bike, with this you can do tourings also, but this is not a complete off-roading bike. So there are certain stoppages, or you can say there are some constraints for off-roading with this bike. What are those? Let's discuss. Let's stop somewhere.
Brings out products which are innovative. For an example, they bought the first DCT engines. They bought their innovations are also like that, but they do confuse few things, which I'll speak on later. Let me see and talk about this Honda as NX500. So if I had to say, this is an parallel twin 471cc liquid cool engine, which is again a DOHC, double head over head camshaft. Now we'll hear the exhaust note. I really loved the exhaust note while I was riding. This helmet doesn't give me that much sound, but again, the exhaust note was grunting in my ears, so I want you guys also to listen. So let us switch on this machine. It's a beautiful cluster, 5-inch TFT display. It gives all the basic information that you want. So let's first hear the exhaust note. So that's the sound of this machine. Now let's see what's there in this bike spec. So this engine gives us a 47 horsepower at around 8600 rpm. So it has got a quite interesting torque also at around 6500 rpm. It's giving somewhere around 43 newtons meter torque, and I did test the bike in a low rpm, mid-range rpm. The bike has actually performed very well. I won't say that there was any engine knocking. In the video also you have seen it. Now if we come to the suspension part, in the suspension part, if I see, it's an 150 mm Showas upside. In the rear we have the monoshock, it's 135 mm again. Now if we have to speak about the tires, it's a 19-inch Dunlop's Trail Max. Yes, now this is an interesting thing, is that it has got a dual disc of 296 mm, and I was shocked with the braking power of this bike. The calipers are again from Nissan. I really loved it, the way it braked in certain places. I was shocked to see. Now if we see the rear wheel, so in the rear wheel we have only one disc, which is again of 240 mm 17 inch. Makes it again a wider tire for a good support, for a good balance on the roads. Yeah, I did try some off-roading over here, but this bike is not meant for complete off-roading. It's a partial way you can do it. It's more of an adventure touring and touring bike. Now this has gotten a 6-speed gearbox, and the I expected this bike to give us a quick shifter with the price that it is quoted, but it's an assisted slipper clutch only. The seat is a single seat with an 833 mm seat height, so mostly I'll say that person like me won't have an issue, but someone who is like 8'5'6", 5'7", they may have a problem. With an 17.5 liters tank, so the ground clearance of this bike is 178 mm. The bike weight is somewhere around 196 kilos, which is almost similar to an Himalayan 450. The concerning points over here, like what I felt, is the bike performed superbly. It has got that power of what a parallel 12 471cc liquid cool engine should have. I really felt it on the highways. The power was very linearly produced, released also, which did not give me an jerk, or did not give me an I will say that I was not scared the way the power was coming. Because that's the way a bike should behave. It should not scare the rider. Instead, it should give the confidence that the power is increasing slowly. You have to be more focused, concentrated on the road. Now, to be frank, 7 lakh rupees on the road, this bike should have given us a lot more of things like a cruise control, quick shifter, which this bike actually missed. And even the TFT, which is a 5-inch display, it gives us maximum of the things, but I think that it could have been be more organized way, though the color production of it was very good. Now, there is one more thing. I did say that Honda means many things, like I said, reliability, durability, innovation, comfort, performance, but they do create some confusion. If you have seen any time an Africa Twin, their their switch consoles are like TV remotes. The same thing, there is an issue with this bike. Honda creates a confusion with the riders also to actually come out of that orthodox thing. The place of the horn and the place of the indicator is changed in this bike. Actually, whichever Indian bikes we see the horn buttons over here and the indicator buttons over here. So every time I had to press the horn, I was pressing this, and every time I had to change, I was doing something over here, the indicators. So this is what one was confusion thing for me in this bike. Overall, I really loved it. If it comes under someone's budget, I will really recommend this bike because it has got that power. But again, we need to know one thing. This bike is very good for touring, where there are paved roads from cities to cities, anywhere. This bike will be very good in adventure touring also, because of the longer wheelbase, 19-inch with a very good Showa's upside down forks, 150 mm travel suspension. It should not cause a problem. But when you're taking it for off-roading, it can be a concern because this is a single frame bike. It is not a subframe bike, just like Himalayan. Like it's a single unit. The frame is completely a single unit. So any damages, if it happens, the entire chassis unit has to be changed. There is no subframe in it. Like all the newer bikes, they get dual frames, but it's not meant for complete off-roading purpose. Yeah, you can do touring, you can do adventure touring with this bike. Now that's it from my side. I really enjoyed riding this bike. I didn't feel the pain in my butt cheeks also because of this seat. It's comfortable. Obviously the owner has fixed a lot of accessories in this bike, and I would say thank you very much from my side for watching my videos. I hope you loved this video also. Do like, do comment, do share, do subscribe, and whoever is riding or whoever are planning to ride, plan it properly. If you are planning to ride somewhere in the hills, it's winter time, carry all your proper apparels and accessories, specifically snow chain, because December is the time when the snow falls and black ice forms. Make a lot of memories in your ride. Don't do any kind of stupid things that can cause a fatal in your life. That's it. Thank you very much. It's Mr. Travel Buff. Take care of yourself. Let's catch up in our next vlog.